Welcome to Fairy Tales English Journey. Today we will explore a beautiful classic magical folktale together. Have you ever wondered what happens when we let greed control our daily actions? Or how pure kindness can bring unexpected, amazing rewards? Get ready to learn English while we discover the magical story of the wonderful tongue-cut sparrow. Learning English through classic fairy tales is a wonderful way to improve your vocabulary. In this beautiful story, we will meet two very different people. One is a kind old man with a gentle, loving heart. The other is his greedy wife who is always very angry. Let us begin our exciting journey into this magical world. Long ago, in a small, peaceful village surrounded by green mountains, lived a kind old man. He worked hard every day in the muddy fields. Despite his difficult life, he always had a warm smile on his face. He loved all living creatures and treated everyone with great respect. His heart was full of pure, endless compassion. However, his wife was exactly the opposite. She was a bitter and greedy old woman. Nothing ever made her truly happy. She complained from morning until night about absolutely everything. She did not like animals, and she did not like helping others. She only cared about money and wanted to be much richer than her neighbors. One beautiful sunny morning, the kind old man found a tiny sparrow in the green forest. The poor little bird had a broken wing and could not fly. The old man felt very sad for the helpless little creature. He gently picked up the sparrow and decided to take it home. He wanted to help the bird heal. The old man brought the little sparrow into his warm house. He made a soft, comfortable bed for it using clean, warm cloth. He fed the bird small pieces of soft rice and gave it fresh, clean water. The old woman watched him with angry eyes. She yelled at him for wasting their food on a useless bird. The kind old man ignored his angry, bitter wife. He continued to care for the little sparrow every single day. Slowly, the injured bird began to heal. The sparrow became very tame and loved the old man deeply. It would sing beautiful, cheerful songs to thank him for his kindness. The old man named the bird his friend. The greedy old woman absolutely hated the little sparrow. She hated its beautiful singing, and she hated how much her husband loved it. She thought the bird was completely useless and only caused terrible trouble. She wanted the bird to leave their house forever. Her dark heart grew colder and much more bitter with each passing day. One day, the old man had to go to the high mountains to gather heavy wood. He kissed the little sparrow goodbye and promised to return very soon. The old woman stayed home to wash dirty clothes. She made some special starch from rice paste to make the clothes stiff. She left the bowl on the wooden table. The little sparrow was feeling very hungry. It hopped onto the wooden table and saw the bowl of rice starch. Thinking it was delicious food, the bird ate all the starch. When the old woman returned, she saw the completely empty bowl. She became extremely furious. Her face turned bright red with terrible anger as she grabbed it. The cruel woman shouted terrible, mean words at the innocent sparrow. She grabbed a pair of sharp metal scissors. In her wicked anger, she cut the tongue of the poor little bird. She threw the bleeding sparrow out of the window into the cold, harsh wind. She told the bird to never return to their house ever again. When the kind old man returned home, he looked everywhere for his little friend. He called out to the sparrow, but there was absolutely no answer. He asked his wife where the bird had gone. The wicked woman laughed and told him what she had done. She said the bird deserved to be punished for eating her starch. The kind old man was completely heartbroken. Salty tears fell down his wrinkled, tired cheeks. He could not believe his wife could be so cruel to a helpless little creature. He immediately left the house to search for his little friend. He walked through the dark forest, calling out the name of the sparrow, worried about the bird. For many long days, the kind old man searched the steep mountains. He asked the tall trees and the blowing wind if they had seen his little sparrow. He walked until his feet were very tired and sore. Finally, he met another wild sparrow in the woods. He asked the bird if it knew where his friend lived. The wild sparrow told the old man to follow a hidden secret path. The old man walked deep into a magical green emerald forest. The air was filled with a sweet fragrance and golden sunlight shining through the leaves. Soon he arrived at a beautiful wooden inn. It was the secret magical home of the entire sparrow clan. To his great wonderful surprise, his little friend came out to greet him. The tongue-cut sparrow was wearing a beautiful, elegant silk tunic. The bird could speak perfectly, even without a physical tongue. The sparrow welcomed the old man with great joy and deep respect. The old man cried happy tears to see his beloved friend alive. The sparrow invited the old man inside the beautiful grand inn. Many other friendly sparrows came to serve him. They brought him delicious warm food and sweet warm tea. They danced and sang beautiful traditional songs to entertain their highly honored guest. The old man felt like he was in a wonderful dream, forgetting all his deep sadness. The kind old man stayed with the sparrows for a few happy days. He enjoyed their wonderful warm hospitality and magical pleasant company. However, he soon realized he needed to return to his own home. He thanked the sparrows for their incredible, generous kindness. He told his little friend that he would never forget this magical, happy time. Before the old man finally left, the sparrow brought out 2 woven wooden baskets. One basket was very large and extremely heavy. The other basket was quite small and very light. The sparrow asked the old man to choose one basket as a special parting gift. The sparrow explained that it was a token of their deep friendship. The kind old man smiled warmly at his little feathered friend. He explained that he was very old and quite weak. He said he could not carry a heavy burden all the way down the mountain. Therefore, he chose the small and light basket. He thanked the sparrow once again and began his long journey back home. The old man walked carefully down the steep mountain path. The small basket was very easy to carry on his back. When he finally reached his house, his wife was waiting. She was very angry that he had been gone for so long. She demanded to know where he had been and what he was carrying inside it. The old man explained his magical, amazing adventure in the Emerald Forest. He told her about the beautiful Sparrow Inn and the wonderful feast. Then he opened the small basket to show her the special gift. To their absolute complete amazement, the basket was filled with sparkling gold coins and precious glowing jewels, making them incredibly wealthy. The greedy old woman stared at the sparkling treasure with wide, greedy eyes. Her heart filled with intense dark jealousy and massive greed. She was furious that her husband had chosen the small light basket. She yelled at him for being a foolish old man. She believed the large basket must contain even more gold and precious jewels. The wicked woman decided she must have the large, heavy basket for herself. She demanded to know the exact hidden location of the Sparrow Inn. The old man tried to stop her, but she would not listen to him. She quickly put on her shoes and ran out the door, rushing toward the dark and distant emerald forest. The greedy woman ran as fast as her tired legs could carry her. She did not care about the beautiful green scenery or the singing birds. She only cared about the massive, shiny treasure waiting for her. She pushed through the thick, sharp bushes and climbed the steep, rough rocks, finally finding the hidden path to the inn. When she arrived at the Sparrow Inn, she did not wait to be invited inside the house. She banged loudly on the heavy wooden door. The tongue-cut sparrow came out and recognized the cruel, bitter woman. Despite her past terrible cruelty, the sparrow remained very polite, greeting her calmly and asking what she wanted from their home. The greedy woman demanded to be treated exactly like her husband. She ordered the polite sparrows to bring her delicious food and warm drinks. The sparrows served her, but they did not sing or dance for her. The atmosphere was very cold and extremely quiet. The woman did not care. She only wanted to get the massive treasure. After eating all the delicious food, the woman loudly demanded her gift. She told the sparrow she was ready to leave and wanted her reward immediately. The sparrow brought out 2 baskets exactly just like before. One was very large and heavy, while the other was small and light. The sparrow asked the greedy woman to choose one. Without any hesitation, the greedy woman quickly grabbed the large, heavy basket. She did not even say thank you to the polite, generous sparrow. She lifted the heavy basket onto her back and hurried away. She wanted to open it in secret, dreaming of all the gold and jewels she would soon own for the rest of time. The large basket was incredibly heavy and difficult to manage. The old woman struggled to carry it down the steep, rocky mountain path. Her back ached terribly and her feet were covered in painful red blisters. The hot sun beat down on her head, making her sweat, but her terrible greed pushed her forward, refusing to stop walking. Finally, the greedy woman could not wait any longer to see her treasure. She was halfway down the mountain and decided to open the heavy basket. She sat down on a large, flat rock and untied the thick ropes. She smiled a wicked, greedy smile as she lifted the wooden lid, expecting to see a mountain of gold. But there was absolutely no gold inside the large, heavy basket. Instead, a massive swarm of horrible, terrifying demons and poisonous snakes jumped out. Giant hairy spiders and terrifying scary monsters crawled from the dark, deep shadows of the basket. The creatures hissed and growled at the wicked woman surrounding her with glowing red eyes and sharp teeth. The greedy woman screamed loudly in absolute pure terror. She jumped up quickly and ran down the steep mountain as fast as possible. The terrifying, ugly monsters chased her through the dark, scary forest. She tripped over thick tree roots and tore her clothes on sharp wooden branches, crying out for help, but no one was there listening. She finally reached her small house and slammed the heavy wooden door shut. She fell to the hard floor, shaking with terrible cold fear. The kind old man helped her up and asked what had happened. She cried bitterly and confessed her horrible greed, realizing that her cruel, wicked actions had brought her nothing but pain and punishment. From that day forward, the old woman completely changed her wicked ways. She stopped complaining and started helping others in the village. She learned to be kind to animals and respectful to her loving husband. She realized that greed only leads to destruction and deep sorrow. The kind old man forgave her and they lived peacefully forever after. Now let us take a moment to analyze this wonderful classic fairy tale. This beautiful story teaches us many important lessons about human nature. It shows us the clear difference between a pure, kind heart and a corrupted, greedy mind. By studying these characters, we can learn valuable English vocabulary words and understand deep moral meanings very easily. The kind old man perfectly represents pure goodness and gentle, warm compassion. He cared for a helpless little creature without expecting any special reward. In English, we call this being truly selfless. Selfless means you care much more about others than yourself. His selflessness brought him a magical, special friendship and a wonderful reward. Kindness is always beautiful. On the other hand, the old woman perfectly represents terrible greed and bitter cruelty. She was completely selfish and always wanted much more than she needed. In English, the word greed means a strong, intense desire for wealth or power. Her massive greed made her blind to the beauty of the world, causing her to hurt an animal. The story also teaches us about the important concept of natural consequences. A consequence is the direct result of a specific action. The old man experienced positive, wonderful consequences because of his loving, gentle actions, receiving gold and jewels. The old woman experienced negative, terrible consequences because of her wicked actions, being chased by terrifying monsters. Notice how the kind old man chose the small light basket. This shows his deep, true humility and very modest nature. Humility means you do not think you are better than other people. You are perfectly satisfied with what you already have. Because he was very humble, he received a great blessing. Modesty is a very important virtue. The old woman chose the large, heavy basket because of her massive, intense greed. She foolishly thought bigger always meant much better. But her greed led to a terrifying, horrible surprise. This teaches us that things are not always exactly what they seem. Sometimes the biggest and most attractive things hold the greatest hidden dangers. Choose very wisely. The magical sparrow is a wonderful symbol of nature and spiritual justice. Even though it was a small, fragile bird, it had great magical power. It rewarded the good people and punished the wicked, selfish people. This reminds us that we should deeply respect all living creatures. No matter how small an animal is, it deserves our protection. Learning English through these magical stories helps you understand important cultural values. The vocabulary words we use today include words like compassion, humility, and consequence. Try to use these new words in your daily conversations with friends. Writing them down in a notebook will help you remember their meanings. Practice speaking them aloud to improve your English pronunciation. Let us review some key important phrases from the magical story. When the old man found the bird, he showed deep, gentle compassion. When the woman cut the bird, she showed bitter, wicked cruelty. When the man chose the small basket, he showed true, beautiful humility. When the woman chose the large basket, she showed terrible, intense greed. You can practice your English skills by retelling this story to a friend. Try to clearly describe the kind old man and the greedy old woman. Explain exactly why the sparrow gave them completely different baskets. Using your own words is a fantastic way to build your language skills. Do not worry about making mistakes while you learn. Fairy tales like the tongue-cut sparrow have been told for many generations. They survive for so long because their messages are completely universal. This means the important lessons apply to everyone, everywhere in the entire world. Whether you live in Japan or the United States, the value of kindness remains exactly the same. Goodness is universally understood. Think about your own personal life for a brief moment today. How can you show more gentle compassion to the people and animals around you? Maybe you can help an elderly neighbor or feed a hungry stray cat. Small, simple acts of kindness can create wonderful ripples of joy in the world. Your kindness will be magically rewarded. We truly hope you enjoyed this beautiful story on Fairy Tales English Journey. Our main goal is to make learning English fun and highly engaging. By listening to these classic magical tales, you are improving your listening skills and expanding your vocabulary. Keep practicing every day and you will become a confident English speaker in a short time. If you liked this educational video, please share it with your friends and family. Learning new things together makes the journey much more enjoyable. Leave a friendly comment below and tell us which character you liked the most. Did you prefer the kind old man or the magical speaking sparrow? We love reading your wonderful thoughts and ideas. Thank you so much for joining our English journey today. Remember that true lasting wealth does not come from shiny gold or precious jewels. True wealth comes from having a kind, loving heart and a gentle, peaceful spirit. Stay tuned for more magical stories and English lessons. Until next time, keep learning, keep smiling, and always choose kindness.